This is the Brave New Coin Crypto Conversation, hosted by Andy Pickering.
Hi everyone, Andy Pickering here. I'm your host and welcome to the Crypto Conversation, a Brave New Coin podcast where we talk to the people building the future in the Bitcoin, blockchain and cryptocurrency space. My guests today are the battle drones. I have Ahmed, Salam and Shan on the show. These are three of the key team members from the Battle Drones NFT project, which is a local project here in New Zealand. And it's always good to have New Zealand crypto or NFT projects on the show. I have been following the Battle Drones for a little while, and the first minting is taking place this weekend. So it's it's good timing, guys. So firstly, welcome to the show. Love to just get a quick introduction from each of you in turn. Let's start with you, Ahmed. Go for it.
Hey, Andy. Thank you for having us here. My name is Ahmed Dwais. I'm the Managing Director at Battle Drones.
Awesome. Welcome, Ahmed. Salam, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Salam Zubaidi. I'm the Head of Development for Battle Drones.
Welcome, Salam. And hello, Shan.
Hi, I'm Shan, and I'm one of the designers at Battle Drones.
Awesome. All right. Well, cool to have you guys here. I'm sure this will be fun. Always fun having three people on the show. Let's talk Battle Drones. So I know there's quite a interesting background to this, I think, from your perspective, Ahmed. So, and like I was listening to you do a Twitter Spaces yesterday, and yeah, I found that quite interesting. So I'd love you just to maybe start at the beginning, share what you want to share in terms of the kind of the background to Battle Drones and your own personal fascination with drones, I suppose.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy. The inspiration really came from myself and Salim's bachelor honors paper from the University of Auckland, where we did human-drone tactile interaction. Salim went on a little tangent and did his PhD in drones. So that's kind of the inspiration of the design. We love drones so much. When we were flying them, we absolutely fell in love of the different axes of what they can do and how fun it can be. I've always been into crypto since around 2017, and as soon as I saw the NFT space and the gaming space, I fell in love with it. So I wanted to introduce the play-to-earn gaming, but not limiting it through browser-based games. So we took a huge step and wanted to develop something very unique within the space, which is introducing Battle Drones to both PC and console with the help of a separate game development studio, which is also local in New Zealand, called Space Rock Games.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, I'm excited to dig into all of this with you guys. But firstly, I want to hear some more about drones. And I'm fascinated that both you guys are actually, did you say you're actually PhD students studying drones? So I want to know more about what that means. And I think you used the term, please correct me if I'm wrong, but did you say human-drone tactile interaction? We need to understand a little bit more about this, please.
Yeah, go on, Salim. I'll let you do it since you're the PhD student here.
So my work within like my PhD is basically working on creating those drones that would be really good in terms of reacting to the environment and reacting to humans, moving them around, using them for a lot of different purposes. And it's really a good space to explore in terms of, because we as humans really like to interact with things with touch, and it's just more intuitive. So it feels like the right step to go towards. Building
on that point, the reason why we kind of took that step initially for going into drones was our passion for, search and rescue, which is something that drones are currently being used for, but it's really limited because of the, as a drone, it is quite light and, the propellers can't take a huge load. So our work was ensuring that we can limit the amount of sensors that are on these drones by integrating control systems that can ensure, the drone knows where it is if it is tilted, instead of a sensor being there to, keep it afloat. It does it through its own control system.
So you guys are fully fledged drone geeks, which I think is fantastic. So I have a drone myself. I'm sure you guys must have a collection of drones between you.
Definitely. I'd say Salem probably has the bigger collection. I'm a big fan of DJI, but yeah.
I have what is it called? The DJ Mavic 2. Am I saying that right?
You are. Yeah. I actually saw the video that you made for battle drones on Twitter. I'm assuming that was the drone, right?
Yeah, that's the one. And so for listeners, if you're just for the context there, the Battle Drones crew are running a competition, or I guess a means to get on the whitelist for the minting. So they're promoting that through the Battle Drones Discord, and I've been just kind of lurking in your Discord for a while. And when I saw you guys say, "Hey, if you want to get on the whitelist, all you need to do is, create some kind of content around the world of battle drones." And I just thought to myself, I can't resist, because as I say, I have a drone. So I just put the drone up on on our balcony outside, and got some nice footage with Rangitoto in the background. And then shout out to my mate John, who's a motion designer. He added one of the battle drones in, and yeah, it was a nice bit of content. I'm going to put that on Twitter when I put this podcast out later today.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it was definitely well executed. I was surprised when I first saw it. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
All right, I love it, guys. Let's start to talk about the Battle Drones game then. And I know that this is a little bit. Well, hang on. Let's start with the mint. We'll talk about the game as we go, because I know there's kind of different iterations of the game that you guys kind of have planned that are going to roll out with the different stages of the mint. But I think the key point at the moment is, I know that the first pre-sale and public sale is minting this weekend. So love to just get, I guess, the kind of a snapshot of those details.
Yeah, so we've decided to do kind of our mint over two different stages. Initially, 3,333 will be released this weekend, and then the remainder of the 10,000 will be released once we release the mini game browser, which I'll go into detail a bit later. The reason why we've done that is because we've always been, asserted to our first members that we'll always reward you, kind of giving you guys a spot to be able to buy a battle drone. And as we are developing now, we have a lot of networks around the world that we still have not released our partnerships with. And we personally think that once we do release these partners and start, showing our game trailers and stuff, our Twitter will exceed a certain amount where our OG supporters won't have a chance to be able to mint a battle drone anymore. And that's kind of why we've taken, initiative at such an early stage to mint these 3,333, which there's a pre-sale on the 30th of October, 8:30 p.m. UTC, and 31st of October, 8:30 p.m. UTC for the public sale.
And this is on Solana, and what does the mint cost?
0.9 Sol. So yeah.
Very cool. Sean, let's bring you in, Sean. And one of the things that first, the reason I first noticed battle drones, I think, is because of the artwork, really. It helps if you kind of have a little bit of a fascination with drones, or you have a drone, as I do. So maybe I was kind of, always going to have that fascination. But the artwork, guys, and I know you've really only teased some of it, but it is really interesting and really clever. So, Sean, what can you tell us about the artwork and the artist?
So I really have to give credit to our other artists as well, Ambrose and George. And I think Ambrose is super talented. He's done illustrations for Netflix. And we've kind of just been pumping out work since we started. A lot of the different designs are inspired by, I'm not sure if I can say, but there's sort of like a storyline that the designs are alluding to. And it'll all kind of mesh together soon.
You're talking about you have a channel on the Discord. It's Drone Bones. Is that what you're alluding to when you talk about the storyline? And you mean the kind of the lore, I guess, to the Battle Drones universe and eventual game, and you're just hinting at it right now.
Yes, yeah, that's correct.
I'll use an example here. The Devo drone. So, I thought that was really clever. And if anyone doesn't know who Devo are a kind of obscure one-hit wonder band from the 80s that had a classic song with called Whip It, and in that video they're wearing the really distinctive kind of red plastic level hats. I don't know if this only makes sense if you know that Devo song, but I know the song and I know the video, so I kind of recognized it straight away. But that's it's quite an obscure reference for a contemporary NFT project.
Yes, we're including some pop references, maybe some deep cut stuff as well.
Yeah, nice.
But building on that point, I don't know if you saw the Cool Keith one with Black Elvis.
Yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, building on Sean's point, Ambrose always likes to bring art that's really unique. He comes from a really artistic background working for Netflix. George is in a similar manner. He's always had a passion for art. He's actually an engineer as well, but we've kind of pushed him away from the engineering and pushed him solely on the art just due to how talented he is. Sean's kind of leading, ensuring that the UI UX of all of that is spot on, and when we are extracting it for the code, it works perfectly fine. But the art itself is inspired by something really unique within the space, like what we're trying to do, but also something that gets people's attention. And it builds on our storyline. So everything within the Drone Bone story, the little hints here and there, with Ethan being buried and then coming back as a drone, it all kind of alludes into what is coming within, our PC and console game. It's not really the mini browser game as such, but more so the PC and console. And if you understand the storyline of Drone Bones, you'll be doing much better than everyone else in the PC and console game.
Awesome. There's a couple of different ways to approach Drone Bones, I think, just from coming from the outside, right? I'm talking from an outside perspective, like from a typical NFT collector, let's say, or someone who's in crypto. So I would look at it and I would go, hey, that's really interesting, fun, cool drone art that lives in a pop culture universe. So, and it's on Solana. So as an NFT collector, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get some. But then you learn that there's actually a game that is coming as well, and not just a kind of from what you guys are saying, it's not a typical blockchain game, but you actually want to take it onto consoles. So we'll get there. But before we do that, from a NFT art collector basis, how do the drones work in terms of, are there rarities, or is there, if there's 10,000 drones, are there 10,000 unique pieces of art? How does that part of it work?
Yeah, so they're all going to be unique. No other drone's going to be the same, but they're all kind of taking attributes from one another. So it's going to be randomly generated through the code that we've developed from a set of 30 drones. We're not releasing all of those drones within this drop, but they'll kind of be building up later on.
Cool. Sounds good, guys. Let's talk about the game. Yeah, I mean, start from the beginning. It's a little bit to get your head around. However you want to approach it. So, yeah, Battle Drones, the game. What does that look like, and what's the roadmap? What are the different stages?
Yeah, awesome. I'll start first by introducing Battle Drones in terms of an investment perspective and why we've kind of done the roadmap as it is. So with every NFT that you buy, you get a percentage of our BDNT token. And you get an in-game avatar that's in 3D format that will be working for the PC and console. So with every NFT, you're getting a set amount of things. And those are all to do with the in-game economy for the PC and console. So what we're doing at the moment is we're releasing a mini browser game in early December. And the reason why we're releasing that browser-based game is to keep community engagement while we're in the development of the PC and console game. The PC and console game is something that hasn't been done in the whole NFT space. So we're currently working with the likes of Kodolsky Securities, who have actually audited, Solana, Binance, Crypto.com. We're meeting up with a few other big names in Breakpoint, Portugal. Hopefully, if I can get there, Jacinda, please let me go and come back. But yeah, so the PC and console game, that's kind of what's really exciting about Battle Drones, is that part of the whole project, because that's something that needs to be done within the gaming space. And it hasn't been done. Like I've played RuneScape growing up, Mario Kart, and everything that you own within the game stays within the game. You're not able to trade it. If you buy a Fortnite pass for $140, $150, you're basically gaining skins that you can only trade with Fortnite. That's it. But with our economy of what we're creating, you're not trading with us anymore. You're trading with other users within the game. So let's say you get a POAP, which is a participation token. If you complete a set amount of challenges within the browser-based game, you burn that POAP and it gives you a special skin or a special weapon. You might be able to go to that marketplace and list it for 1 Sol. Someone might buy it for 1 Sol and then sell it for 3 Sol. But it'll be obviously in terms of the BD&T token, the trade. So that's kind of the play to earn mechanics of the game. And obviously, as you're winning within the game, the set challenges between the 2 separate game modes, which is a battle royale within a set enclosed arena, and the more Mario Kart themed one, where you're racing around with your drone, trying to get points and then kill the other drones. You win tokens, and the tokens themselves can be used to buy other skins from the marketplace, and you can sell your skin and trade and then hopefully build up your drone. We're staying as far away from pay to earn and going as close, to play to earn. So the more you play, the more you earn, rather than, allowing people to come in and just be a whale and take over the whole space. We are creating the game to be as competitive as possible while ensuring it's as fun as possible. The way we're doing that is, onboarding people that have that professional experience. I love gaming. I've always been gaming, but I can't say I'm a professional gamer, although I'd like to say that in front of my friends. But we've got the likes of an ex-FaZe Clan member like Charlie Zimmer, and we're onboarding other people to ensure that the game can reach the most competitive state. Obviously, 10,000 NFTs is not enough to drive a game like what we're envisioning. So we're allowing certain game modes within our game to only be accessed through this NFT. And the play to earn mechanics of those games are only accessed through the NFT. So the game itself will be available to a lot of people around the world, but that only drives more traffic and more demand for our NFTs.
Yeah, cool. This is, it's a really fascinating vision that you guys have got here. So can I just get you to just clarify the roadmap here? So you talked about the browser game, which, and I think that's coming in December, or the first version of that, but then you're building up to a more 3D immersive console game type experience, and that is for later next year. Is that, have I got that roughly right?
Yeah, you do. So the mini browser game, we weren't even going to do it, to be honest, to start off with, but we're seeing the amount of rug pulls within the whole NFT space and people just losing connection with the project. And so we've kind of inserted that roadmap just to ensure that people can also have an opportunity to win, these rare items that will come into the game. So if you play this mini browser game, you complete a set of challenges, we'll airdrop you a token that you can then burn, and that gives you a 3D item for the game. The game itself, proof of concept, is coming out on Q2 of 2022, and it's going to be a quarterly development. So every quarter we're going to continue developing it. we're wanting to compete with the AAA games. So obviously making a game in 7-8 months at that high level isn't feasible, and that's why we're continuing to develop it over a set amount of time. But for us, it's a proof of concept, and within the space, proof of concept goes a far way, as you probably know, with Ethereum, Axie Infinity, and the likes of those projects.
Yes, it does. Love to hear a bit more about the vision for the actual gameplay when you get to, I suppose, the console release. I think you hinted at it before. I heard you say Battle Royale, so most people will understand the Battle Royale concept, and you also said a Mario Kart. Most people will understand Mario Kart. So if those are two examples that you're using as, let's say, gaming reference points, I think we need to hear more. How does Battle Drones fit into either a Battle Royale world or a Mario Kart world?
Yeah, so first for the Battle Royale, it'll be an enclosed arena and floating objects. You can kind of see that within our banner, and you'll be able to fight off a set amount of people, and the top 5 or 6 kind of win certain items, and the top 1 who completely annihilates everyone within the space kind of wins and gets a token. In the other side of it, the Mario Kart one, it's more of a racing one. So you probably know how fun it is to race, but I don't know if you've kind of done more of the competitive level within buildings or in more of the abandoned buildings type style, and that's kind of what we're trying to get to, more of an abandoned building where you have this drone and you're trying to maneuver and ensure that you're the first to get a certain target. We'll have little objects here and there where you can get it, upgrade your weapon, shoot the guys around you, and try be the first to kind of get to the final stage.
Well, Salim, you can probably speak to this. It's reminding me, just as Ahmed is talking, you guys being the drone geeks that you are, you will have seen, there's probably a YouTube subgenre of, competitive drone flight through things like abandoned buildings or even like underground nightclubs and bars, going through the little holes and stuff like that. That's really competitive drone flight. Have you thought about trying to do something like that, Salam, or with those kind of mechanics that would be quite intense to replicate in a video game environment, I imagine?
Well, it is going to be a bit of a challenge, but we will try and build up to that. And it's all about kind of getting kind of proof of concepts and building up on those stages to be able to produce as much as fun experience to the users. And that's kind of like the goal of that game.
Nice. How did you guys all get together, Sean? What's the kind of the background to this team?
So we all knew each other before the project, and we were all interested in starting an NFT sort of passion project, especially with lockdown. It's given us a lot of time at home, and I just sort of built on the boys' drone idea, that passionate about drones, and I was keen to get involved. I personally love NFTs and have worked for a company where I was designing for blockchain related apps, and so that's how I initially got into it.
You kind of just gone public quite recently in terms of who's actually on the team, right? And I think I'm not sure if you've done that consciously or not, but I'd love to hear the kind of the thinking there, and maybe what you guys see as the pros and cons of being a public facing team versus a non-team in the NFT space.
Yeah, I can answer that. So just building on Sean's point, every single team member that has been on the team kind of was recruited by myself and a friend of mine, ensuring that we do get the right talent within the team. Obviously, your network is kind of your net worth. So having everyone within the team that is in the team right now is, everyone has a unique talent. As Sean was saying, she did work for a blockchain company within New Zealand. I don't know whether or not she wants to disclose that or not, but yeah. So that was kind of the start of it. Being doxed is just to ensure people know that we are going to do what we're envisioning, and obviously for us, we wouldn't be doxed unless we did believe that we can, and we only became doxed after we kind of confirmed a lot of the partnerships and ensuring that our vision does come to reality, because currently there's no wallet that allows you to have a 2D NFT to a PC and console. So it was a lot of meetings and ensuring we get the right talent on board to be able to do that. And after we were able to clarify we can do this vision, we're like, guys, there's no real point of us, not revealing who we are. We might as well just show who we are. So took a photo and put it on Twitter.
I have, well, the funny thing about that photo, Ahmed, is the first time I saw that photo, because the photo is it's kind of a, I don't know, like a cool kind of design to it, but it's just got, I think, your first names and these random headshots, and you all look really serious and intense. And don't take this the wrong way, guys, but it looks like one of those, do you remember like in 2017 when like a dodgy ICO project, they do like almost a comedy team photo, because it looked like with Salam with his massive afro and, and kind of, Shan, the kind of just, blonde looking straight at the camera. I was just like, man, are these guys taking the piss or is this legit? But seeing you all on camera now can confirm, listeners, don't worry, these guys are legit and they do look exactly like their team photo, but it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, so just building on that point, we're in lockdown. So we started this project, me, Salim, Mize, and Keegan, around 2 months before lockdown. And we're just building the network with the space development studio, Space Rock, the game development studio, Space Rock Games. And then once we got into lockdown, it's like, guys, how are we going to take these photos? I wasn't able to get a haircut at the time. Salim till this day can't get a haircut. I was like, guys, if you have a good photo, just put it there. So my photo was kind of me, in peak lockdown, and Salim till this day with his afro. So yeah, it was that's kind of the storyline behind that photo.
Yeah, lockdown haircuts. I get it. Space Rock. So you've mentioned Space Rock a couple of times. So they are the Auckland-based game studio that you guys are working with. So yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit about that partnership with Space Rock, and yeah, a little bit about who Space Rock are and what is their, I suppose, role in the Battle Drones project.
Yeah, so when we were looking first for, a game development studio, we wanted one that had aligned values of what we were trying to achieve, which was ensuring that the game was as fun as possible. There was the whole economy around the game, and they had those experiences within the team. So we went to a lot of, local game development studios, a lot of overseas ones, hitting them up, having meetings, but we found that in order for it to be as efficient as possible, we needed someone of our team, to be able to go down the road and hit them up and be like, hey guys, this is what we've done on the blockchain side of things and how we want to integrate it with the game. We don't want to have, those overseas meetings all the day. And especially with New Zealand and trying to communicate around the world, the time zone is a mission. Like I'm having meetings every day at 2, 3, 4 a.m. just so I can actually have a meeting with those guys. And that was something we want to avoid, at least with something like the game development, because it's such a vital part of our project. And we need to ensure that we can have constant meetings and show them what we're working on, what they're working on. Zombie, who is the director of Space Rock Games, he loves crypto, and that's kind of what shot to me is, he has his game development studio, but he also has a knowledge of what we're trying to do. And when he first, found out about what we're doing and who was on our team and who we were working with, he was like, guys, I need in on this. Our project and your project have those aligned values, and we felt the exact same way. So that's kind of why we chose, to stick to a local game development studio, but also in particular why we chose Space Rock Games.
Yeah, very nice. And talk to me more about this idea of what you call a console game then. So I'd love to hear a bit more of some context on what you mean there. So you talk about, trying to compete with the AAA games of this world, which in my mind means anything from, Fortnite to GTA or titles like that on kind of high-end consoles. That's serious business. How do you take a blockchain game based economy into that console world and make it all work?
Yeah, so there's a lot of challenges that we're currently facing in terms of rather not the actual game development itself, but ensuring that it fits with the whole crypto space, and we can still allow for the in-game economy to be seamless. Like, many people that don't know crypto can actually uptake the game and learn about crypto and then develop themselves and then have a better understanding of it. Because one of our main goals with the whole project is not to jeopardize the space, to build on the space, because this technology is amazing, and the decentralized technology, especially for third world countries where people they've got mining rigs trying to mine stuff for Axie Infinity, which is, I don't know if you've played it, but not taking any hits here and there. But with the PC and console, why we took that step is just due to the amount of limitations with a browser-based game. And a browser-based game does not have the type of graphics or the type of capabilities that a PC and console game does. And we think, going forward for the future, there's PC and console games right now. What gives the people initiative to play a game? It has to be as enjoyable as possible. How do you make that game as enjoyable as possible? Use the best technology that we have in the current space. And that's kind of a hint to what is coming in the future for battle drones with the whole in PC and console environment. But we are building on the technology, which is the best technology that we currently have, the PC and console technology, but also using the best, DeFi and blockchain technology, which in my opinion at least is Solana.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I meant to ask you why Solana. So, well, let's do that. So love to hear, from your guys' perspective. And I think I probably know why, but let's hear it from you guys. Why are you working with or on Solana, and also, what sort of engagement do you have with, people, developers, teams, VCs, exchanges within the specific Solana ecosystem?
So the reason why we initially approached, we were going to go, to be honest, with Ethereum,
Yep.
but it just did not make sense with the gas wars, the fees, and the blockchain itself was never meant for high demand. And ETH 2.0 has always been said it's coming, but we're not going to jeopardize our project for a blockchain technology that isn't up to scratch of what the other competitors are. So we went to other blockchains like Cardano and Solana. Cardano, obviously, having the amount of delays they're having, kind of took a step back from that and analyzed Solana and found that Solana has the speed, the transactional capabilities, but most importantly for our vision, it's the immutability aspect. And that mutability aspect of Solana allows the NFTs to be changed. And when you change your skins or your weapons within the game, that can be reflective of your NFT. And that part is so vital for any play-to-earn game that is changing skin and have that marketplace economy, because you need to show that within the NFT. This is my NFT and this is my 3D in-game avatar. If I have an NFT that doesn't look like my in-game avatar, then where's the traceability of the whole traceability of what it is in the game? Doesn't make sense. And that was one part that really stood out with us was Solana.
And what's the equivalent of OpenSea on Solana for you guys? What are the leading marketplaces?
So at the moment, the leading one is Solana, Digital Eyes, SoulSea, and Alpha Art. Those are kind of the top four in the space. Probably Solana and Digital Eyes would be the top two. at the moment, we have a partnership with Digital Eyes. So they're going to, give us banners within their website, promote us, and actually help us build on our technology as well, especially them being a marketplace and them having the connections that they do have. We've had a lot of, people come, a lot of VCs actually approach us and be like, hey guys, we'd like to invest in this project just because of the communications and the networks we've been able to develop. We've stuck to our values, which we had from day one, within our white paper at least, is we want to approach VCs once we have rewarded our community. We don't need the funding. We have what we need. We have the right partners. We have the right people on board. Once we reach the stage where we need a DEX or IDO and all of that, that's probably when we're going to head towards a VC. We have a lot of VCs already, in our DMs. We have a lot of meetings with them on a weekly basis. I am meeting a few, hopefully, in Breakpoint, Solana, just to discuss further partnerships and what really they can offer before we commit. I mean, we even have a different blockchain that hit us up saying, hey guys, you guys are innovating the space and we'd love to work with you. And that potentially might be something that comes down the line for Battle Drones, because Battle Drones was always built on developing the whole NFT and crypto ecosystem and not jeopardizing it. And at the end of the day, there's heaps of blockchains there, and allowing the interconnectability between them is a vital thing. And if we can create that multiverse experience with Battle Drones, with another blockchain, then two rocks with one stone.
Very nice. Well, that would be exciting, and I'm sure those kind of pathways are going to open up all too soon, much sooner than we think. Just as we start to finish off this part of the podcast, then, team, love to give you an opportunity just to, I guess, look, let's just show the project for anyone. What's the investment case for anyone that is thinking of minting Battle Drone this weekend? So there's only 3,333 available this weekend. What's the investment case for someone to get in that early, as you guys kind of slowly build out the Battle Drones ecosystem, and first the browser game and then the console game that will hopefully come? Yep, it's a little bit of a leap of faith, but look, let's be honest. But what is the leap of faith investment case for getting in early and getting one of those very cool looking Battle Drones?
Yeah, so the price at the moment is, to be honest, based solely on the BDNT token. So you really are getting an in-game avatar for free and a 2D NFT for pretty much free. So the price that you are investing is mostly on the BDNT token. And we've made that very clear within the white paper. If you do end up selling your NFT and you're only there for a quick flip, we're not going to give you the full amount of BDNT tokens. We want our community to stay with us. We want our community to be engaged. The BDNT token will be funded through royalties and also through personal from selling the NFTs as well. So the BDNT token in itself, once the game is live, has value from day one, and it won't be pegged to Sol to any other stable coin. It will be based on demand and supply, and it will only be 20% that is flowing with the liquidity. The whole tokenomics, you can kind of read about it within our white paper, so I don't want to go into too much detail on that now, but that's one side of an investment. The other side is the proof of concept side. If you take anything really within the space that have innovated, they've really succeeded. And that's one side through which we are heading towards, whether you're going through, the likes of Axie Infinity, Bored Ape Yachts, or you're going to the actual blockchain that had their proof of concept that was actually released. Battle Drones will hopefully be that proof of concept within this whole ecosystem. And I think that by itself speaks for an investment opportunity on the NFT side and the BDNT token.
Or you could just get a Battle Drone because you think the art looks wicked. That's what we say here in New Zealand. Looks wicked, mate. Choice. All right.
Yeah.
Just before we go to a break, I meant to mention this before, so let's do it now. You guys probably saw this morning that Mr. Zuckerberg has kind of rebranded the parent Facebook company as Meta, and kind of using a play on the infinity symbol there. Let's start with you, Sean. Let's just an instant reaction to the Facebook Meta move.
Yeah, actually, some people at my other work were talking about it this morning. Everyone sort of, the emoji reaction was hand on mouth. Oh, no.
Totally. Salim, what did you think?
Well, I just heard it now. So,
He got his first reaction right there.
Yeah, well, I think Zuckerberg and Facebook, they've been signaling this for a little while, and I mean, it only came out a few hours ago, but yeah, Zuckerberg Facebook, they released it's like a 45-minute video. I mean, it's, as you'd expect, coming from a corporate the size of Facebook. It's incredibly slick and well produced, and it shows off really kind of the future metaverse capabilities and the different products and services that the different Facebook metaverse teams are building. And I mean, I'm still processing how I think about it. I think it's exciting, obviously, because we all want to see the metaverse come to life, but the flip side of that, of course, is we want to see true crypto decentralized metaverses, not a closed system, which is very much what Facebook want to build. They even want to have their own in-house Facebook currency. It's just kind of a little bit scary. So it'd be good if we need to build our own decentralized metaverses, right?
I think that always builds on kind of Facebook, who they are, wanting to be a monopoly really in every space, whether when they took on Snapchat, or now they're taking on that kind of Metaverse. They know it's the future, so good for everyone kind of in the crypto space.
Yeah, I think it is good for everyone, and that it just brings these concepts completely to the mainstream. But at the same time, it's like, the metaverse went from kind of the cool hip crypto thing to, the kind of, it almost became, I saw someone say metaverse went from hip to boomer overnight. So I think that's a bit harsh, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go to a very quick break, and then I think we'll try and do the very famous Crypto Conversation hot take round with you guys. It's always a bit tricky to do it with three people, but we'll give it a red hot go. Be back in 1 second.
In today's crypto market, the team at Brave New Coin are the sector's leading builders of custom crypto indices. BNC's powerful indexing engine draws on Brave New Coin's premium data to calculate high-frequency intraday and end-of-day indices for a wide range of index products. BNC's custom indices help you to gain exposure to the crypto assets class and track your performance against the market without having to become a stock picker. Not sure what you need? A Brave New Coin consultant can help you assess your requirements. Contact BNC today to find out more.
All right, we're back, and I'm with Ahmed, Salam, and Shan from the Battle Drones NFT project based here in New Zealand. And Battle Drones team, I like to finish each podcast with a quick round of rapid fire crypto conversation hot takes. Are you up for it?
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's go indeed. All right, just want your hot takes, guys. Your hot fire, take your best shot. Here we go. All right, let's start with you, Ahmed. Where would you say that you sit on the Bitcoin maximalism to multi-coin opportunist spectrum?
I'll definitely go with the multi-coin opportunist spectrum, just because there's much more opportunities and much more innovation within that space.
All right, makes sense to me. Well, and you'd expect that from an NFT project on Solana, to be fair. But Bill Gates famously said that we tend to overestimate what we can accomplish in 2 years and underestimate what we can accomplish in 10. So let's do this slightly differently. Salam, drones. What does drone technology look like in 10 years' time?
I think we could be able to transport totally with drones, cars rather than cars.
I think that's probably right. Have you heard, Balaji talks a lot about the kind of, and this is getting a bit heavy for the show, but the future of drones. He talks about how the future of drones is really tiny little drones that they do work as kind of hunter-killer robots, and there's not really any viable defense against those kind of drones. When you can send out, say, a swarm of 10,000 drones the size of a pinhead to hunt down one specific target, there's not too many viable defenses. Do you think about that? Does that keep you up at night?
Well, now it will.
Cheery stuff. Look, on a similar note, famous sci-fi author William Gibson said that the future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. Putting you on the spot here, Sean, can you think of an example of the future being here right now, but most people just aren't really aware of it?
So I think a great example is AI and the many possibilities within that. A great example of another project doing that in the NFT space is Altered State Machine. And they seem to be doing some really cool stuff. And I think in 10 years, personally, I think in 10 years, social media might be all integrated with virtual reality. So instead of Instagram, there might be some aspect of virtual reality. Yeah.
No doubt. That's exactly what Zuckerberg wants to bring into life. And shout out to the Altered State Machine, ASM. You guys got your ASM boxes?
Yes, definitely. Straight away.
Yeah, me too. What about thingies? Got thingies, fluffs?
Yes, I love my fluffs. They're my babies. I'm a big fan of the Fluff World project. Shout out to Fluffs, Thingies, and Altered State Machine. All also, fellow New Zealand NFT projects. And I think the Thingies, they reveal this weekend for Halloween, don't they? Yeah, so excited for that. Me too. All right, this has been fun, guys. I've really enjoyed stepping into the world of battle drones for you. Let's see if we can close this out. I have to close it out with the final question on the Crypto Conversation Hot Take round. We'll do it with each of you in turn. The final question is, what is your favorite sci-fi film, book, TV show, universe, character, anything you like really from the world of sci-fi, science fiction? Ahmed, shall we start with you? What's your favorite sci-fi, dude?
X-Men.
Very nice. All right, Salim.
Yeah, I would say the same, X-Men.
All right, 2 X-Men guys. All right. Sean, fave sci-fi? For me, there's so many, but the first thing that comes to mind is Grogu or Baby Yoda. Oh, of course. I don't think anyone's ever gone with the Mandalorian or Grogu. So that's a good choice. I like that. I appreciate that. All right. Are we going to see Grogu in the battle drones? Or is that copyrighted? Might be copyrighted, but we've got some cool stuff coming up. All right. Let's finish this off, guys. So whoever wants to close it out, please do so. Just tell the people. Love to hear, tell the people where they should go to follow Battle Drones on Twitter, how they should jump into the Battle Drones Discord to keep up with everything, what they need to do if they're really keen to get involved, they're really hyped, they're excited by your vision. Do they still have an opportunity to jump on the whitelist? Or if not, how do they just make sure they're across the public sale this weekend? And any other hints or alpha leaks you want to drop, take it away.
Yeah, thank you for having us, firstly, Andy. If you want to read more about kind of the more technicals of the project, you can kind of go onto our website, go into our white paper, have a read of it. We have our tokenomics also there for you, SASI investors. If you want to kind of have a more in-depth into our community, because our community is awesome. Some of them have even named themselves, Drone OGs, the Drip Gang, creating some little minor communities. You can go there within the Discord. We always posting the storyline of the battle drones and the drone bones story. If you kind of want to see more of formal stuff, you can go into our Twitter. We do have an Instagram, but we're not active on it at the moment for certain reasons. Our Instagram is for something special that is coming up in the next few weeks. Hope to kind of see you all there. The whitelist, depending on when this kind of gets out, potentially will be closed. But there will hopefully be an opportunity for you to mint within the public sale, which would happen our time in NZ, 9:30 a.m. on Monday, this Monday, which will be the 1st of November. So hopefully you guys can snatch out a drone or two, because they are limited to 2 drones. But excited to kind of see you all within the whole metagame and the battle drone ecosystem.
Awesome. Can't wait for this weekend. Hey, thanks very much, team. All the best, and bye for now.
Thank you, Andy.
All right, there you go. That was the Battle Drones squad. It's always an interesting one when you've got 3 guests on the show. And the funny thing about this is we were just kind of talking after we stopped recording at the end there, and I don't think Salam and Shan even knew that they were turning up for a podcast. They thought they were just jumping on a call for a meeting, I think, with myself and Ahmed, but no, they were thrown into a live podcast environment, and I think it was their first podcast. So yeah, good. They did well, and yeah. I think Battle Drones is one to watch, so definitely going to try and pick up a drone this weekend. And yeah, just another project to keep an eye on, and cool that it is an NFT project coming out of New Zealand. All right, well, I hope you did enjoy that slightly dense drone-filled show. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crypto Conversation podcast in whatever podcast app you are using. But yeah, that is today's show. All right, we'll see you soon, guys. This was the Crypto Conversation for A Brave New Kind.